When the due date approaches, pregnant women always hope for a smooth few days. Ashley Goette, 28, was no different as she lay in bed with her husband Andrew ahead of the big day in October 2018. However, their immediate plans were put on hold when he suffered a heart attack. Residents of West St. Paul, Minnesota, Ashley and Andrew were ready to have a baby soon after their wedding in 2016. Despite their enthusiasm, though, the pair had to wait until January 2018 before Ashley finally became pregnant. The expectant mom already boasted some experience looking after children, as she works at Cottage Grove Elementary in Minnesota. Also, if you have not done so already, please subscribe to our channel and click that notification bell to get inspired by these real-life stories every day. Now, back to the story. Since October 2014, Ashley has served as a special education high-needs paraprofessional at the school. Meanwhile, Andrew isn't completely inexperienced in that area either. Andrew works as a wrestling coach at Woodbury High School while also holding down another job. When he isn't teaching kids how to wrestle, he works as a plumber for a local business named Goette Plumbing and Heating. However, Ashley and Andrew's lives changed forever on the morning of October 16, 2018, the day before the former's due date. The 28-year-old was woken up by the sound of her husband snoring, but it soon became apparent that that wasn't the case. A few moments later, she realized that he was actually struggling to breathe. Ashley then called 911.
So I called 911. The dispatcher walked me through CPR because I am not trained.
She told ABC News in October 2018.
They wanted me to get him down to a hard surface, but I explained to them that I'm pregnant.
With that in mind, the dispatcher assured Ashley that her pregnancy wouldn't be a problem. So I started doing CPR on the bed, she continued. They had me counting out loud, and I don't feel like I was counting for very long before the first responders showed up and took over.
Doing great. The officer's pulling up.
36, 37, 38.
As the emergency responders continued to work on Andrew, Ashley then started to have some terrifying thoughts, fueled by the impending arrival of their first child. When they were standing in the house and doing CPR, I was thinking, I cannot have this baby and not have Andrew be here, she told Today. That was going through my head all day. From there, Andrew was transported to United Hospital in Minnesota. The doctors then placed him into a medically induced coma. For the following 24 hours, his body was cooled down to 91 degrees in a bid to prevent any brain damage. However, the situation looked bleak during that period. It was just kind of a sit-and-wait situation for those 24 hours, Dr. Alex Teeters told Today. He initially had very concerning findings. A CAT scan of his head showed signs of brain injury, and there were physiologic signs of brain injury as well. We started preparing the family that this might not turn out well. It could have gone either way. Despite those fears, though, Ashley refused to accept the possibility that Andrew might not pull through.
Didn't want to have to think for 1 second about having to do any of this without him. I kept telling him the whole time he was in his coma that I was not going to have this baby until he woke up.
On that note, Ashley canceled her induced labor appointment, instead staying by Andrew's side at the hospital. Later that afternoon, the doctors started to take small steps in waking her husband up, including taking him off the sedatives. A short time after, Andrew's dad then noticed some movement. Then he just sat up and opened his eyes, Ashley recalled to Today. I was on a Spotify looking for songs he likes to try and spark brain activity, and all of a sudden he's awake. I just dropped everything and I was just telling him he was okay because he looked so scared and confused. As it turned out, Andrew had been suffering from a rare condition known as Wolff-Parkinson-White syndrome. This condition is caused by an extra electrical connection in the heart, which causes it to beat abnormally fast. After diagnosing the issue, the physicians then cauterized the problematic connection. However, Andrew would need to wear a special vest for the following 3 months, with doctors monitoring his heartbeat. Should anything happen, the vest is also designed to shock his heart back into its correct rhythm. For the most part, I made it out unscathed, he told Today. I'm just really lucky. But the drama didn't end there, because the day after Andrew woke up, Ashley went into her induced labor. They brought Andrew down to labor and delivery on his very own hospital bed and just parked it right next to mine, she told KMSP-TV in October 2018. And he got to be there throughout the whole process. However, the pair were separated when Ashley's doctors needed to perform a cesarean, so she was moved into another room. At that point, Andrew watched the rest of the delivery via FaceTime thanks to his sister-in-law. Following a labor that lasted around 22 hours, she finally gave birth to their son Lennon. A few moments later, Andrew became the first person to hold his newborn baby.
I got my phone as they're coming through the door, so that was pretty cool. I was already standing there with my shirt off waiting for him.
With all your electrodes?
With all my electrodes still hanging off of me.
After everything that happened, Ashley, Andrew, and Lennon finally returned home on October 23, 2018, ending quite an incredible week. According to Dr. Teeters, though,
absolutely the number one most important thing is she recognized that there was a problem and called for help.
Andrew seems to be completely normal, he told ABC News. I don't think Andrew would be here if it wasn't for the actions of Ashley. However, Ashley strongly played down her role. I feel like I'm given a little bit too much credit here, she told Today. Andrew defied the odds by waking from all this injury-free, and all the credit should go to the nurses, doctors, and paramedics. I'm just so happy everyone's home and healthy. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up and consider sharing it with someone who may find it interesting. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.